You are now listening to Fighting for Your Life podcast. I am your host, Miguel Ramirez. And on today's episode, we have an independent recording artist, rapper, producer, creator from Maryvale, Arizona, Mike Dome. You probably heard some of his songs.
Let's
go.
What's going on? It's your boy.
I got
Mike
that one in here
Dome,
somewhere.
Baby. Yeah.
Anyway,
What's
yeah.
up, man? No, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure.
Mike Dome official. Mike Dome on Instagram. There's like Facebook, there's Twitter, there's all this stuff. I'm just like kind of Instagram heavy.
Yeah.
Until I get a marketing company involved and they can do all that. Just like my music, like CD Baby. If I record a song, you just pay $5, upload it to CD Baby. They distribute it to the 150 platforms. And collect all your royalties and your money and all that stuff. So
yeah.
Just kind of like how you're explaining some of your product. I mean, your software for your videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
so they kind of handle the distribution and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
so they
cool.
got like an AI that, basically like, so in the beginning of Henry's Triple C's on his show, when he starts, it starts with like the song he did from Bend the Knee.
Yeah.
On the hook. So they could go collect all that stuff like every time it airs. And
yeah. Awesome.
Royalties are a thing. Like
for sure.
Independent recording artists, we're not used to getting paid.
Yeah. Like, you do it for the love of it.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I've been doing music for 20 years. And my John Jones record, that's the record that got me paid.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So when we met at a comedy show, at Brian Callen's comedy show, and you were there with a bunch of the guys, and then we ended up talking, and it turns out that you've made John Jones's Walkout song. Right. You made Henry Cejudo's Walkout song. I know I seen Davison Figueiredo.
Yep, Davison Figueiredo, Lorenzo Hunt, Juggernaut.
Yeah. Double
champ in BKFC. He's the middleweight and light heavyweight champion right now.
Dude.
He's an absolute monster. He's like the Mike Tyson of our era right now.
So you've been, how long have you been like making music, creating and doing that whole thing?
Okay. So like quick rundown when I got into music was like, I grew up roller skating. Like that was the culture I grew up in. Right.
Yeah.
So like, being like we prided ourselves on being the best roller skater, like the best rhythm skater, right? You had your group, you had your crew.
Yep.
You weren't going to pull no cute girls or anything like that if you couldn't skate. You could be the ugliest dude there, but if you skate the best,
you tear it up,
you're going to pick anyone you want on couple skate. When it's time to couple skate, they're going to be lined up waiting.
That's funny.
Like, I was that dude when I come by the wire, everybody had their hands out.
Picking up all the girls.
Dude, I'd come by, I was the cool guy. Like, look, I had the cool crew, but now some of the best memories as a child. So growing up, like it's music for me started my freshman year, right?
Okay.
I don't know, maybe 2002, 2003, something like that.
Okay.
And I was actually at a friend's house and they had this, it was a tape recorder, an old school, like a square one.
Yeah.
And actually I didn't steal it. I thought I stole it. I kept it is what it was. But I initially asked, like,
you borrowed it.
I borrowed it and I never gave it back. That's what it was. Like, what tape recorder?
Yeah, I don't remember no tape recorder.
Tape recorder. It's my tape recorder now.
Yeah.
No, so my mom, I think she still has it in her closet. So like what I did was I had a CD player at the time.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they don't know what CD players are. It's this thing that spins in a machine. You listen to the music.
They had the Walkman and what is the CD version of that? Yeah.
Yep. So my I had instrumentals downloaded from LimeWire. Played the
They don't know about that either.
They don't know about that either. I've crashed 100 computers off LimeWire making CDs. Instrumentals, right?
Right. Yep.
All right. So in one ear of, our headphones had wires that connected to the machine, things like that. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
All right. So anyways, in one ear, I'm listening to the instrumental, right? And then with the other headphone, I put it up against the microphone where the mic is at. I'm the tape recorder. Where the mic is at. And then I had the beat. So I just started kind of messing around with it. When I played it back and I kind of like, rolled the beat a little bit and I played it back, it lit that fire.
Really?
Yeah, it lit that like that purple dark fire. Not dark, it's just like purple. It's like, to me, I could see it and I could feel it.
Yeah.
Right. And I've heard like a lot of people like talk about their third eye. Like I'm just kind of getting into like some of that like side. Anyways, like they talk about like imagine a flame or like in meditation or something like that. Anyways, I always envision like this flaming like that would never die. Like it's just ain't gonna never die. They could try. It's like that's why we never did it for money. We did it because playing it back, just like damn, I want to do this. Like I don't want to be rich off music.
You just want to make music.
I didn't want to be like a famous rapper. None of that. I just want to make music. I just want to freestyle. So my first 400 shows, and I'm talking, when I say a show, I'm not talking about an arena.
Yeah.
We're talking about at Bobby Q's or like
yeah, no, I've been there
famous
before.
Sands. Those famous Sands.
Oh, that's funny.
On 43rd Ave in Glendale. And matter of fact, that place was known for getting shot up while people were performing on stage. Like,
wow.
Yeah,
dude.
It was pretty. Thank God you never got shot up while I was there.
Yeah, yeah.
But we started performing there, like bars. We're doing bar shows and
I guess it'll get rowdy in those sometimes.
Yeah, so like I chased that for a while, and I loved going on stage, and all my performances, out of all 400 of those performances, they're all freestyle performances. So
wow,
I didn't do long performances, but I'd go up there and do 2 songs.
Yeah.
And just murder the beat.
Dude, that's awesome.
But I've heard video and I've seen stuff back in the day, some of that stuff, and
we were just talking about that earlier.
It's not, yeah. If you see that stuff, nah, dude. I don't think that'd be but everybody starts somewhere, and that's
right.
I think that's the point, is like you have to be brave enough to like expose your vulnerability. You know what I mean? To expose how weak you are. But it's like once you do that, then you start building.
Yeah.
And then once you build, then you become a machine. It's like us as humans, whoever created us, like our God, our higher power, we're created to be like absolute human machines, like for real. Like if you train the body, the mind, the soul,
after it,
you can accomplish anything you want to do.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like big shout out to you, man. Like you're doing your thing over here.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You know what I mean? Like this show looks beautiful. It's running good. It sounds good. And he's got it all in the palm.
Yeah, I mean, we just little by little, step by step.
He's probably got a blister on his thumb because he's handling it like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No,
like,
it's step by step. Yeah, you just learn little by little. But speaking about that, I know that, like you said, you go back and you look at some of the old stuff, and maybe it makes you cringe a little bit or whatever. But and you look at where you are now and how much you've grown. Like same with this show. Like when we first started, I was telling you we started with a cell phone,
right?
And then little by little the lights come and the microphones come and stuff like that. But do you remember like a time where you did a show and maybe it's like, man, that one didn't go as I planned, but even still there's a motivation there. Like even afterwards, like, you know what? That's not happening again. Yes. Next time, do you remember anything like that?
My gosh. Okay, here we go. So I walked out, one of my boys, Andrew Gonzalez, and it was at the where's LFA has their fights at the Comerica Theater? It was at the Comerica Theater, and the sound guys are not used to having, like, if a fight is set up that night, that means they're not set up sound wise for a performance,
for music.
Yeah, they're and I'm talking about the microphones and just kind of like set up the speakers. Like there needs to be, when there's a musical performance, there usually needs to be some kind of speakers close to the stage.
Yeah.
So the artist can hear the playback, or you need to have ear monitor, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I wasn't that prepared. I didn't have ear monitors. I was thinking like they could play speakers, like you could hear it, and like, no, because when you're talking to a mic in an arena, or whatever, like some kind of arena.
Yeah.
There's a delay, like a second delay.
Right.
So like, he's like, yo, check it. And it's like, yo, check it.
And then it's throwing you off.
And then I'm just like, whoa, boom. It just like throws me off big time.
Yeah.
So I completely dropped the ball on that because I couldn't hear myself on the mic. And then I was talking in the mic and there was nothing coming back. Like they can hear whatever I was saying on the mic, but there was absolute no like reverber. I don't know what it is, but it didn't come back to me. And that performance kind of just like it fumbled real quick. And I went and sat down, and it was just kind of a learning lesson to myself. Like, I can't put it on the sound guys here because it's not their fault. They're here for a job that they were paid to do. Right. I'm walking out a guy and I'm basically performing for free. I need to come prepared and bring my ear monitors. The next day I went online and bought ear monitors.
Yeah.
Haven't used them yet.
Yeah. But you'll be ready when you need it.
But I'm ready now because it's like every time you fail, you learn.
Right.
So like when you fail, it's like it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's like you failed because you weren't ready. Now your next opportunity that comes around, you better damn sure be ready for it and prepare and do everything you got to do, because if you do everything you got to do, then if it does fail, it's not because of you, it's something else. It's like somebody else dropping the ball or whatever the case is. But if we all come prepared.
I mean, you can always make a mistake, but it's not wise to make the same mistake twice. Yeah. Like it might be a different mistake and you might learn something different next time.
Right.
But at least the ear monitors, you'll have that, or whatever you need to work out that situation, you'll have that for the future.
Yeah.
I had that with a jiu-jitsu tournament. I've mentioned it on here before, where like I showed up and I wasn't fully ready. And that's kind of how it went, and it was like having that experience and then knowing that next time I go, I got to have certain things down for the next competition, you know?
What weren't you ready for? Like, are you talking about when you first got into it, or like when you had a tournament and you
was just
prepare?
Mentally, like I think my son and I were both competing at the same time, that's one thing that I was like, I'm never doing that again.
Okay.
Because to have to worry about him, you like sometimes when you're watching somebody else fight, and when it's your son, you get more anxiety watching them fight. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, I'm done with you. And like now I have to go fight.
Yeah.
You know, like that whole thing was a mess. So it was like, you know what, from now on, he fights on his day, I'll fight on a different day. We're not fighting at the same time.
Yep.
And then just making sure that wherever the fight is going to go, that I have answers for every situation,
That's smart,
not just, you know, but,
you could coach too for him. Like now you can actually be there and fully coach him like through those moments. So, you know, cause that's hard.
Yeah.
But, you know, hats off, man.
Yeah. Thanks.
Stuff I want to get back into. I got to get my ankles looked at. I grew up playing baseball and football and wrestling.
Nice.
So like I can like, my ankles are fine, but like when you really get pushing and hard and trying to juke someone, and I was playing indoor soccer, I could roll an ankle, no problem.
Yeah.
Just like that. And then I'm done for a couple of days.
And then once you've done it, then it can happen again real easy. So you got to take care of it. I want to
figure that out, and then I would like to start training just to get kind of like.
What'd you do before? You say you wrestled. Have you done any other martial arts before?
Nope. I just wrestled, and then after that, I got out. I had my son pretty young at 21.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of was bouncing around until I got into behavioral health, and then I started working behavioral health. But with the music, how that kind of really took off was I was doing all these freestyle performances, and like I was basically at the end of my musical career in my eyes. Like I wasn't going to chase music at the over 30, just doing freestyle performances at little places. It's just not
right.
I'm here to like, I got a family to raise at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Right. But if you're going to do it, you're going to do it.
If I'm going to chase my passion or something like that, we're going to have to do it, you know, on the next level. So Henry got into MMA. So, he went to the Olympic trials in 2016. He tried to make the London Games.
Yeah.
But so after he won gold.
When was this?
So in 2008, when he won gold, he went on a 3-year book tour. His book sold more than Michael Phelps.
Yeah,
Michael Phelps had like made history that year.
Dude, I was watching his gold medal match, and when he was competing in the Olympics, dude, it was insane.
Yeah, so Henry at that Olympics, he became the youngest to win gold since 1904 for America in wrestling. Right? Yeah, dude. And then Kyle Schneider, he took it in 2016 at the London Games. So now Kyle Schneider owns that. So
you know, it's one of those things. Like once somebody does it, kind of like the 4-minute mile. You hear about that? Like Roger Bannister. Everybody said that you would die if you ran the 4-minute mile, and then somebody does it, and then it just kind of shows people that it's possible to do it again. Right?
There's no limit. There
like,
was not.
Kind of like Henry with the double champ, Conor McGregor with the double champ. Like he was the first one to do it, and then boom, and now Henry did it too.
Yep.
You know,
he's one of 4, and he's the only one that has gold. Olympic gold.
Yeah, the only one.
You know, Kayla Harrison, she's in the UFC now, which Kayla Harrison, shout out to you if you can hear this, if you see this, telling you thank you. You probably were making a lot more money. Not probably, you definitely were making more money where you're at with PFL. But you came to the UFC, and now you're about to get, prove yourself. You know, I feel like the UFC and one championship is kind of like the top of the elite. Yeah. But championship, what is it? One championship, right?
Yeah, one championship.
Where Mighty Mouse is at, like those are all champions.
Yep.
That are competing there.
Yeah.
Like, imagine that. You know what I mean? So Henry went to the 2016 Olympic trials. Yeah. And I think he lost in the semifinals. So after that, he just kind of like hung it up, and he wanted to get into MMA. So when he got into MMA, his first pro, so he didn't do amateur, he just went pro, but I'm not talking about UFC, but he did local pro. So he did pro, he did 4 fights and then went to the UFC, but his first fight, he had asked me if I could walk him out. Okay. And I didn't have that idea, you know what I mean? This all started because it was his idea. So I was like, hell yeah, I'll walk you out. What the heck? Because he always like, every time I go to his house, kick it. Yeah. MC, don't kick a freestyle. Like they put a beat on.
Oh, really? Yeah. You were the one kicking the freestyles.
Everywhere, dog. Everywhere, right? That's how I got into a beef with Brandon Schaub. We're gonna get into that.
Okay.
So I walked him out to his first 3 fights. Matter of fact, it's on YouTube. It's real cringy.
Oh yeah?
Oh God, don't.
don't, but do.
Watch it.
Okay.
My hair was horrendous. Like the cut was. It just looked. When you're on camera, it's another thing. Like you gotta be ready for it. But it's his first actual fight. I walked him out. and I did the interview at the end. Like I was
you couldn't have done the song yet. You were walking them out to something.
Didn't do the song. Yeah, okay. I walked them out to a song that already had.
Okay.
Yeah. So and that's just it. It's just like he was in the beginning. Is like I was walking out to that, and then so I only walked Henry out to that one song.
Yeah.
And then the next 2 songs I walked him out. I was actually freestyling.
Okay.
And then from there I was walking out other local pro fighters. With WFF, the World Fighting Federation.
Did that come through walking Henry out?
It did, yeah.
Nice.
So like, and it was mostly guys that he always brought out right from Brazil. So it was like, we got Bruno fighting. Bruno Silva, he's from Brazil.
Yeah.
And now he's in the UFC. Matter of fact, he just moved to Miami, Florida, but I walked him out when he was local pro.
Okay.
And like Rafael, I walked him out. So like several guys were all it was always our camp.
Dude, crazy.
And then once Henry got into the UFC, I never walked him out in the UFC because Dana White he hasn't allowed a musical performance, we haven't caught his attention. Like
I was just watching something that he put out about that. Yeah. That he just doesn't really allow walkouts or like you pick a song and that's it. Pretty much. I respect
that though.
Yeah,
it's like he keeps the fight game. He keeps the UFC like kind of one dimensional.
Yeah.
As far as like you're gonna what you're gonna get. You're gonna get some fucking blood and ass whoopings. Like,
well, you know what else he was talking about too is like. Exactly what you're saying is like keeping it about the fight. He's like, watch the end of a boxing match. And he's like, how many people are in the ring at the end of a boxing match? He's like, what are all these fucking people doing in there? Get them all out of there. The only people that need to be there are the fighters, the guy that's interviewing them, giving out the belt, So that's kind of how he's like, at the end of the day, you get so many people involved. He's like, I just want to keep it about the fighting.
Yeah, and it seems like it's probably could turn into like a more liability issue. Like you got all these people in the ring.
But I think walking somebody out might be different,
Yeah, I think so. Here's the thing is like pay-per-view, it's like you're watching a fight. It's all part of the entertainment. When we watch the Super Bowl, we get a halftime show. Right. So that was always my idea. I didn't invent this idea. Like there's always been artists that walked out like mariachis, boxers and all that stuff.
Roy Jones Jr. had
rappers like Floyd Mayweather, all those guys, right? So it's like, but it hasn't been done in UFC. So my thing was like, I wasn't like, oh, let's shoot. It wasn't that. It was just like Henry started fighting. I walked him out, started walking these other fighters out. And then what sparked actually doing why I got with the writer was because I had got into that beef with Brandon Schaub, right? It wasn't a beef. It was just like, he called me out on episode 620 on his show.
Really?
Yeah, maybe we could play it right now.
Yeah. We'll have to look it up.
We're back.
We're back.
So we went to watch him.
This was on the Fighter and the Kid or
Fighter and the Kid. So Henry had hit me up like, yo, want to go to a comedy show tonight just like the other night, right?
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah, let's go. Like if it's free, hold on, if it's free, it's me. Like
let's do it.
I'm with it. It's free, I'm there. All right, cool. So we go. It's the first time I've heard of Brandon Schaub before, but I've never
went to see his comedy
didn't even know he did
performances.
Comedy. I knew him from like fighting.
From fighting,
right? Yeah. And then so then after the show, Henry's like, hey, let's wait for him to do he's gonna do autographs for like 20 minutes and then he wants to go have a drink after with his guys, right? Yeah. The guys that are on the show now.
Okay.
Right. So then I was like, all right, cool, whatever, shoot, whatever. I'm with whatever, dog. I'm just out. I'm trying to be out
tonight.
For
a ride.
I'm just trying to have some drinks, whatever. Cool. So then we go, and then we're in the bar, but he's drinking. Schaub's actually a really cool guy, so I'm not talking shit, but I'm just like calling it for what it is, right? Really nice guy, very respectful, whatever. We're all talking, everybody's chilling, and then we go outside, and Henry's like, "Yo, MC, kick a freestyle for them."
Yeah,
for sure, let's do this. I was like, and this is acapella, right? Because I have a beat playing, but it's like you can barely hear it, right?
Yeah, so you're just going for it.
So I'm like, yo, and we're on the corner of Washington. I'm like, yo, we're chilling on Washington, chilling with Henry Cejudo. Oh, hold on. Before I talk about the freestyle, so that night, like Henry was kind of joking around. He kept like joking, like he says something like in the freestyle mentioned like the D-list celebrities or something like that.
Oh shit!
Right? So
and then you're going off the top.
Yeah. So I'm like, we're on Washington Street, chilling with Henry Cejudo and some D-list celebrities, and I'm just I'm just freestyling, right? Just messing around.
Yeah.
Then they're like, cool, and then they walk away, and then me and Henry dip out. Then 2 days later, episode 620 happens, and he's literally like, yo, didn't Henry's cousin or something like say he could rap? I'm like, oh, here we go. Man. Someone had sent it to me, so I started watching it. And then they're like, yeah, he said he could like freestyle, right? This is Schaub. He's like, he said he could freestyle, right? And and we're like, yeah, all right, go ahead. Like, kick freestyle. And then Schaub's like, it's not for everyone. And they just start laughing, bro. Like,
oh, man.
One of his guys, his co-hosts, is like, falling on the ground. And
dude.
like they're like, oh, you got anything written? Like they're talking crap, and then Shab was like, yeah, he said something like, I'm with Henry Cejudo eating menudo, like, you know. I was like, oh, all right.
Okay.
I had a diss track out within 24 hours.
Damn.
So I hit my boy Tronzilla. Shout out to my boy Tronzilla Beats. He made the bend the knee beat for Henry.
Okay, yeah, that's a sick beat.
That beat was actually already done. I just went through Tronzilla's library.
Yeah, check it out. Bend the knee. God's Gift.
God's Gift by Mike Dome. You can look up my YouTube channel. It's Mike Dome.
Yeah.
And then we got Get Figgy With It for Davison Figueiredo.
Yeah.
And then we got the Juggernaut. It's just called the Juggernaut. We got the Juggernaut track, and that track goes. It's a banger.
I gotta check that one out.
Man, it's a banger. So what were we talking about right now?
You were talking
Shab. So
yeah.
Okay, so I dropped the diss track. I can show you man. I took it off YouTube because not YouTube. I had to upload to CD Baby, and I was gonna have all the platforms and stuff. And it's a pretty badass track. So I hit my boy Tronzilla. I was like, hey, you know, this is I was like, Brandon Schaub was an ex-UFC fighter, and I don't know what weight. What was he, like, heavyweight?
I think he was heavyweight.
All right, so I was like, we got an ex-UFC fighter, you know, calling me out on his show talking shit. I was like, I want to drop something I want to drop a banger on him. Yeah. Right. So Tronzilla's known because he's made he was making beats for he did a couple tracks for DMX.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Damn.
And he was signed to a record label back in the day. It was called Fifth Coast Records. They were pretty big. Like they had Trey Gutter. Trey Gutter's man, dog. He was a badass rapper. All right. So I hit Tronzilla. I'm like, hey, I need a beat, bro. Like this dude's talking shit. We need to drop something ASAP. So then I go to his house, start checking beats out. And I hear the beat, and I'm just like, that's it. And it was the Bend the Knee beat.
Okay.
So that's actually where it started at. So I was like, all right, this beat I want to do, boom. And then I tell him, I'm like, you know, are you still connected with, you know, with any of the guys you used to be signed with? And he's like, yeah, I'm connected with Ocean. His name's Khalid. And he's like, he's a good writer. I was like, all right, cool. So I got with Khalid. I got with him, put the beat, boom, started doing like freestyling for him, like just like letting him know like my flow, right?
Right.
And then what we do is like, we fact find everything we need. Boom.
Okay.
Matter of fact, with him, he's an absolute beast. He's a UFC fanatic.
Okay.
Like he loves fighting. He does.
So I can hear when I'm listening to your songs, like going through some of the stuff from the fighters.
It's systematic.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like compartmentalized. It's like a genius wrote it, honestly. And it's like, because I can never take credit for something I didn't like fully, you know, like I'm the rapper on the track, but a lot of people don't understand like some of the biggest records in the world. There's maybe 10 writers on them. Sometimes it goes through like several writers before the final product gets released. And in my case, it's he writes it and then I can adjust it. Like, okay, then maybe this part is not okay, boom, and I can adjust it to kind of fit my flow better. And you know, I make my adjustments, change some bars and stuff, but not much.
That's a team effort.
Not much, not much. And but you know, he actually it's my dude, man. It's my bro, Cully. He's like my brother, and we went. You know, your brotherhood really grows when you take somebody camping. Yeah. You guys go camping, dude.
You get to know somebody.
I took him hunting. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I got a canvas tent with the wood stove and all that. It's like 1883 when we go camping, bro. We won't mess around.
That's a good litmus test for people. It's like you get to see who's gonna just sit around and do nothing, or who's down to help out all the time. You know, like, oh, let me help you with whatever you got going on. You know what I mean? You want a beer? Let me grab you one. Or who's just gonna sit around?
Shout out. Hold on. Shout out to my boy Rob. This man, hold on. We went bear hunting, right? Yeah. The second day of bear hunting, this dude did not want to go hunting, dude. He's just like,
it was done.
He was like, it was because the night before was a rough night for us. So it was like around 30 degrees, if not colder.
Oh, yeah.
And we're in the canvas tent, right? We got the wood stove. But the wood stove we're putting wood in there with bark. And you cannot put wood with bark in a wood stove. Okay. You got to take the bark off because that bark becomes like an oil.
Oh, right? Okay.
Yeah, you got a chimney that runs out the tent, but all those, if the oil's kind of running up that chimney, like it kind of like clogs any kind of pores, and just like somehow the smoke starts squeezing through back inside. Oh, yeah, no. That's an issue. So we didn't get that much sleep the night before, right?
Damn. Yeah.
But you got to compromise, and you're there for a mission at the end of the day. Like there's a lot you put into a right. So this dude woke up and he's like, "No, I don't want to go." I'm like, oh, we're only here for like 3 days to bear hunt, bro.
Hey, we got to tough through this.
Gotta get up. And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna stay." Oh my God. Shout out to Rob.
That's funny, man.
I went by myself. I went bear hunting by myself. Yeah, I grabbed my 30-06. I took all the frost off the quad, warmed it up warmed me up a cup of Joe, and I was gone. I was out there in the forest, man, looking for bear with my eyes this wide open, man, because like at the end of the day, now you're by yourself. You gotta watch your own six.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude,
and
that's crazy.
Bear and mountain lion, like they're not out to like attack like humans, right? Only if you come across them with their cubs.
Yeah.
But like if you're hunting stuff, that's like
what was it? We were at that comedy show and I remember Brian Callen was talking something about making yourself big.
Yeah.
If you look like a bear, it's like, you know, it's like this shit was hilarious.
Dude, Brian's fucking great. Shout out to Brian, man.
But
Brian Callen, when he did that scene where he put his knee down, he like licked the ground and shit. I'm like,
that dude's hilarious.
I was like, yeah, that's me right there, dude.
Did you get one? Did you get a bear?
Yeah. 2020.
Damn.
So he's hanging on my wall. Actually, I got a bear on my wall. I got him carpet like
You made a
rug. Yeah, like a rug.
Dang, dude,
so
that's crazy.
So they do a quilt under. They line with like obviously with the body.
Yeah.
You got the claws. They put a fake skull.
Okay.
Into the head.
Okay.
And so you got your head on the carpet, but obviously if they use the real skull, real mouth, all that stuff decays.
Yeah.
So a lot of people when they see it, it looks all real. The mouth and the the teeth. That's all.
Dude,
fake
that's
stuff.
awesome.
But it's hanging on my wall. We made a bear stew out of it. The meat tastes just like beef.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it got a little gamey taste, but they're predator at the end of the day. So they eat javelina and stuff like that, but
yeah.
They mostly graze off like, veggies, vegetation, like greens and cactus, what is it? Manzanita berries and cactus berries.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Did you get it out here?
In 20A, Unit 20A in Flagstaff.
Oh, really? Dang. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, matter of fact, it was during spring bear. It was in 2020. I shot it May 20 some, I don't know.
Wow.
It was in the anyways, it's coming out March 22nd bear season again. So
yeah,
I'll look
time
forward
to go out there again.
Yeah. There's a rapper, what's his name? The Mexican OT.
Yeah, I love that
dude. He's a hunter, and I've seen that they're hunting that.
Be rapping with a rooster and stuff. Yeah,
dude. Yeah,
he's bad.
Yeah, dude's cold, man. But yeah, they're hunting javelina out of the helicopters.
Oh, okay.
And we looked into that. It's like maybe like $3,000 for like tourists to come and do that.
Yeah,
a person, they fly you, they hook you in. You know,
dude, that's nuts.
It looks pretty fun.
Was it coyotes? Was that recent?
Yeah. Coyotes,
it was your thing. I was like, I saw somebody recently. Yeah. That was your stuff that I was checking out. Okay. Where was that at?
That was up in Unit. I could give the units. I'm not going to give my spot.
Okay, but it was out here in Arizona.
It was Unit 42. So Unit 42 is actually just outside of, if you take Grand past the 303.
Okay.
Maybe about an hour. That's Unit 42 right there. So it's all BLM land.
Okay. Yeah. So you'd be out there hunting.
Oh, yeah. Man, I just want to stay sharp. You know what I mean? Not that I need to shoot anything or anybody. Because I'm a peaceful and I'm a loving person. But I feel like there's an honor in hunting, right? So like, first off, hunting coyote, you're actually helping out the ranchers. And whoever owns that land, you're helping because there's always cattle grazing and moving through the land. So those coyotes, they roll up in packs and they take those cattle down. They'll take the calves. They'll take down a cow, whatever. You know what I mean? Like they're savages. So they actually, some of the ranchers, if you get with them, they'll pay you. You make like, yeah, you can get like $30 to $40 a coyote.
Really? That's crazy. I had no idea.
So when we kill them, we just throw them on top of the roof. We'll go into town, like right outside, like the hunting zones, and we'll pull up and go get a drink, a Gatorade at the gas station. Yeah, the coyote sitting on the hood and just chilling up there.
That's,
not the hood, but
that's like some real Arizona stuff right there. Holy shit.
Man, honestly, dude, like if it wasn't for hunting, dude, like honestly, I don't know what I would. Yeah. Like I'd be like still who I am. But like that's a passion of yours. It's a big passion. And more than the hunting, I don't go. It's really for the camping.
And
like, because like I not specialize, but I've been like teaching myself a lot of different meals to cook with the cast iron. Yeah. You know, my Dutch oven. So now I know to do a homemade bread out there, like in my Dutch oven.
Dude, that's cool.
You know what I mean, bro? Like imagine we did some steaks, some T-bones, and then with the wood stove, you could cook on the wood stove as well. Yeah. You put your skillet, like a flat skillet on that.
I'm gonna have to learn from you. Man. I'm gonna have to learn from you. You know that's something like I was telling you before we started the show. Like I grew up in New York City, like in the city in Queens.
Oh, in the concrete jungle.
Yeah, yeah. So like camping, I had gone camping a couple times.
Yeah.
You know, and actually when I got stationed out here in Arizona, it was like I didn't know anything about Phoenix. Yeah. I didn't know I was gonna be in a big city.
Right.
So I was like, dude, I don't really feel like being in the desert. But now that I've been here over 20 years, now I love it. I love being outdoors. I love the desert, camping and all that. And recently having kids, like you realize like the bonding that you just have being out in nature and just being together and doing, like you said, just putting up the tent and working on stuff together.
Man, I got some spots out there that there's a spot in Cholo that I have saved on my hunting app.
Yeah.
It's a location that it's pretty big. It's not like when I say it's on the edge of like a 1,000-foot drop and it's all canyon. We're not literally on the edge, but it's like if you walk off the edge, you'll be off. But you got like 40 to 50, maybe 60 yards of depth that you don't have to set up near the edge. You could be like 40 yards back, set your whole camp up, but
you could walk right out there and
you can
have a nice spot.
Set your camp up to where it opens up towards the canyon or whatever.
Dude, that's awesome.
And it's all forest and just like you just see in the morning, it looks like you're on top of the sky.
Yeah,
you wake up.
Those are the best spots. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah,
that's where I recharge at. So I go when I do camping, I come back recharged, like
ready to take on whatever.
When I get back to camp, take my shoes off. You're just walking pure on the ground, like connect. Yep. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know, like
be
you
in
need
nature.
that sun. You need to be in the nature, like.
Yeah.
It teaches you a little bit to be just more of like, I guess, humans before all the technology.
Dude, I talk about that a lot. Like going back, like that seems like our most natural state is just being out and in a small community with, because like being in cities, like we're not supposed to, it doesn't seem like we're supposed to be on top of each other, everybody driving places. It's like you have a small, tight knit community, you know?
Yep. That's true, man. So like I balance like hunting, music, and my work life and my family all in one, and just kind of, in a combination, just kind of live. Like you have to live every day like it's going to be the last. Cause like, I honestly truly think like we're going to go to a more beautiful place after this life.
Yeah.
But we're never going to come back to this one.
So you got to enjoy this. Yeah.
So you got to enjoy it every day because it might be better for where we're going, but like I'm going to make the best of it for what it is right now. Cause like a lot of, I work with the kids at the schools and they ask like, hey, Mr. Padilla, are you rich? I'm like, I am rich, dude. I'm like, you're rich too. He's like, I'm not rich. I'm like, dude, you woke up today, bro. Yeah. Like, are you in the hospital?
It's all a matter of perspective.
Dude, it's like, this is the ticket. A lot of people don't understand. Like, I have a boat. Yeah, it's nice to have a boat because it's like, but I don't need a boat. Like, I could be homeless and be happy.
Right.
Like, if life ever flips on me, dude, and I'm homeless, I'm going to be like a happy homeless person.
It's funny how when you have that mentality, how you can have more. Like you can have things by having that, knowing that whatever you have is enough.
Yeah, 100%.
And that attracts more somehow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If I were to get $1 billion or $1 million, I mean, I'll enjoy it. But if I spend it and end up back to making it, making ends and working check to check, like whatever, dude.
It is what it is. We can do it again, right? Yeah,
it's all good. So, but no, as far as like, getting back to like the records that kind of like popped off. So like after the diss track happened, I had mentioned in there how he's how Brandon Schaub is, how he's Eskimo Brothers with Dana White with the Ronda Rousey situation. Right?
Oh, dude! Now that you mention that, I've heard it, dude. Because I follow all kinds of fighting stuff. I used to follow the podcast.
Yeah.
I've definitely heard it.
Yeah. So I put that in the diss track, right? Okay. I mean, I'm coming with facts, right?
You were coming with fire.
Brandon
too.
Schaub was in for one, dude. You're in for a hot bullet that I took off because my boy Triple C was like, "Yo, MC Dome, take out the Dana White part," because he's like, technically I'm in the UFC still, and
right.
It's a respect thing. Like, I'm not gonna be burning him out to get fame. I could give a shit.
Right.
I took the record down right away. Boom.
Gotcha.
Right, because I told him like I'm not gonna fix the record. I'm gonna just take the record down because that part was so intricate in the song that it's like you're taking out the liver or a kidney. Yeah. Might as well not even put the diss track out if we're gonna kind of like do it like that.
Like that was one of the major punchlines in the record.
So I just told him, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna scratch the diss record and we're gonna do a song about you. We're gonna call it, and then I was like, we're gonna call it Bend the Knee. And he's like, all right, cool. Went back to my boy Tronzilla. He's like, yo, hit up Khalid. Cool. I call Khalid, and I just told him like, we need to get a record going. Let's do Bend the Knees. And I have obviously all the facts. That's my boy we grew up with since middle school. We went to 6th, 7th, and 8th grade together, right? Me and Triple C.
Yeah.
So we did his record, and after we did his record, it was kind of like the blueprint of what we're doing.
So that was the first one.
That was the first one. That was the first official and we did 2 videos for it. So we did an actual music video for it where he was in it, and then
I haven't seen that one. I gotta check that out.
Oh, it's clean. We shot it with I think we shot that with the red camera, I think. But anyways, it's shot like a movie. It's really good. So then there's that one, and then there's a fight one, which we do for all of our fighters.
Yeah, it's the one with all their highlights and all that, dude. Those videos, man. If you train Like when I train, like I already know those are gonna be in my playlist when I'm getting ready for a fight or whatever. Like they will get you hyped. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's just like, honestly, bro, like, so that's kind of like where when we did the Henry track, it turned into like, there's nobody like, if we look back at it now, like nobody's making like records for like specific records for fighters. Like we're kind of standing out in that little area, right? And I feel like that's a niche where we can capitalize off of when it comes to like sponsorship and stuff like that, which I really haven't attacked yet.
Yeah.
Because I've just been more focused on the, building the relationships and just making music, you know what I mean?
Right.
But we did, so I did Henry's record, and that was the blueprint. And then I did, so the Davison Figueiredo, how that popped off was UFC 270. It was fight week. Record hasn't been.
Was that the one that was here?
No, it was in Anaheim.
Okay.
It was at the Honda Center when he had to go take the belt back from Brandon Moreno. Brandon Moreno was the champion at the time.
Okay.
So fight week, Monday, Eric Albertson, Coach Captain America calls me up like 6 in the morning or 7 in the morning. And then I answer, and he's like, he said he woke up in the middle of his sleep last night. He had a dream. He had a dream that Davison Figueiredo, like, camp wasn't complete. Like something was missing. It's not complete. He's a good coach. He woke up and he called me, and he's like, what we're missing is we're missing a record for Davison
a fight song.
He's like, we need a specific record for him. He's like, get a pen and paper out. And I got a pen and paper out. He gives me 30 different bulletins or whatever.
Oh, so you kind of got your outline.
Yeah, he gives me
so everything. You know exactly what to do now.
Put his son, Benito, boom, boom, boom. He's like, talk about this, do that. And they got real specific directions, right? So I'm like, okay, this was kind of like the Henry song. We know Henry.
Yeah.
This was our first record doing like that. We don't know the person.
And they're giving you the information, and you gotta put it together.
Yeah, we're taking in the intel, we're extracting, and we're making the product, right? So this was our first test, and he said you got to have it done in 24 hours.
Ooh.
Okay. So I'm like,
dude, it's tough to do something creative like let's just do it 24 hours.
Yeah. So the reason why, because he said when they fight week, when they land down, when they touch down, for fight week they have to get there a week. Usually on Monday or Tuesday they show up.
They do their media and all that kind of stuff.
All that media. He said that UFC collects everything from them, like what's your walkout song, boom, boom. They have to verify.
So you got to have it for them by then.
Yeah, he's like, we touch down in LA tomorrow 3 p.m. If you don't have it,
it's going to be something else.
Good luck. You know what I mean? Basically, like, this is your opportunity.
This is your opportunity. If you don't have it, we're gonna have to roll with something else.
Yep. So I call my boy up. I hit up colleague. I hit up Tronzilla. Let's get to work. We got 24 hours to deliver a product. To make it for him to walk out for a world title fight at the UFC, dude. Like, what, man? My mind was blown.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like we're gonna do this. Like,
so at that time, you had already made Henry's track.
Yeah.
Had Henry walked out to that track yet?
No, not yet, because he hadn't fought yet. So
because that's what I was thinking.
He was retired.
Right. Okay.
Yes, I made it while he was retired. So
Davison's song was the first one that actually got played.
Correct.
Wow. So how was that?
That was electrifying. So I was there in the stands with my boy Cash.
Yeah.
Man, my boy Cash. Shout out Cash. He started Be Somebody back in the day, and now he's responsible for taking American baseball to the UAE and starting.
Really?
Yeah, they got a league in Dubai.
Dude, that's awesome. That's crazy.
He's gonna be here on the 11th through the 14th. I don't know if you got anything planned.
Yeah,
you should roll with me. They got some event for what they're doing. We're gonna go check it out and stuff.
Okay,
I'll hit you up. But,
we'll talk about that.
Okay, so
you're at the Honda Center.
So Henry, so Davison. The only reason why I got to do the record for Davison Figueiredo was because Coach called, but ultimately Davison Figueiredo did a camp with Triple C and Fight Ready.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Out here in Scottsdale.
Correct. Yeah. So they hit me up, you got to have it done 24 hours. So I didn't have time to book it to go to my main studio. I usually record at Epic Center recording studios like in Tempe or something like that. And I couldn't, there was just no time to book it. They're usually booked out, right? At least a week.
Yeah. Last minute type of thing.
Yeah. So Cleek has my writer has a studio set up basically like this, in his office.
Place.
Yeah. And the mic wasn't, the greatest, or maybe the mic was good, or maybe the software wasn't the greatest. You can hear the difference. Like if you actually listen to the song and listen to the other music we drop, there's not a huge difference, but you could hear
there's a bit of a difference.
There's a bit of some, whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He made it happen though. That was the key, was who give a shit, who gives a hell what it sounds like. Like we have a product to deliver to elevate ourselves to the next level.
And whatever you got, you're gonna do the best with what you have.
And we got it done, bro. So like,
dude, that's crazy.
If I told my boy Khalik, if I was a millionaire, like, or like, if I was like very wealthy, I was like, man, this is a moment where I would have bought you a Bentley.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and this, we haven't even accomplished the John Jones yet.
Yeah.
And we keep thinking like, after I did the Bend the Knee track and how much like in my eyes, like the success of the song, right? Who cares what it does and or if he ever walks out to it, but like the facts that we stated in the song and how it played out in the fight, like, yeah, come on, man, that record, honestly, bro, I could have retired after making that record right there and been happy. Yeah. Because like of what it sounded like and all that stuff. And if you actually listen to it in a sound system, that it performs. Yeah. The beat performs.
Get Figgy with it?
No, I was talking about Bend the Knee, but
yeah, Bend the Knee too.
So Get Figgy with it was, so they already had the idea of the song as well. So he said, we've been telling Figgy, get jiggy with it all camp. Right. Get him a song that sounds like that.
Dude, and you guys did that.
So we hopped on BeatStars, looked for beats like Will Smith, like Get Figgy, and we found that beat. Yeah. I bought it out. Maybe like, I think I spent like $200 to buy them fully out to have all the rights. Yeah. Cause they have options on there and then you can write them personally. Like what is it going to cost to own
own the rights
so
to the song?
Like $200 or $300 or something like that. Maybe I don't know what it was, but bought the song real quick, did the recording, sent it. They got it. The only way they got it approved was I think they had issues getting the song approved, right? Cause they're not big on like doing like, oh, you got a local rapper or coming out. Like, yeah. They kind of need music that's already made, whatever. I think they're very specific with what
maybe that they know that it's not copy or that they have the rights to it or whatever.
Yeah, right. They know. So like it's just a real big issue because it's on pay-per-view and like it's playing all over the world, right? So I don't think they're gonna get it. Like Eric's like, no guarantees. We'll try. He's like, he likes the song.
Yeah, and this is a title fight, so it's on pay-per-view, like you said, and everything.
And this is fight. We were trying to figure it out. So like, the important part was like he showed him the song when the fighters get there and they're signing the posters. That's when he showed him the song. Okay, right, because it was like the product that got delivered as they're getting. It's just like right there.
Dude, the timing,
crazy, man. Right, so it's like steam was coming off of us, bro. Yeah. So he showed him the song, and then I think they had issues getting it approved. But then Eric he's brilliant. He's smart. What he did was he reached out to the Schmo. Yeah. So his wife.
I mean, I don't know him, but yeah.
Yeah. So him and his wife they're both like in sports.
Helen Yee, I think.
Yep. So big shout out to Helen. Like,
and the Schmo. We'll get them on too.
Man, the Schmo is amazing. He's an amazing person.
Yeah.
You'll like him a lot. And his wife, I don't know if they're married. I think they're married. I'm not sure. Apologize if you guys are or if you're not. But anyway, they're just like very respectable people that you would like. They're genuine, right? Cool. Yeah. So Eric called Helen and said, mention like ask like during the press conference on Thursday, ask Davison Figueiredo about his personal song.
Oh, right? Shit.
Eric already had this planned out, dude, because he's like, if you do that, then it's going to generate
a buzz about this, and then people are going to want to hear what that song is.
Yeah, dog.
Dude.
Yeah, Eric's
playing chess.
I still owe Eric, man. Like I've done like, like I'm always there for him, like whatever. Like he had 5 fighters come out for Brazil, like I was saying, and I had him stay at my house and didn't charge him a dime, like never. I've had him several times do that, and
you guys help each other out.
Yeah, if I can help out, I don't need a dime from you. I could be hurting for money, and I still won't ask for a dime. Like, I'm not prideful like that. I'm just saying, like,
I get it.
Get it? It's just about like showing brother love and stuff. So, anyways, he told Helen. She asked. I got the video clip. It's on, dude. That generated 1.1 million views. Just the press conference, as you would imagine, is UFC 270. Right. Ngannou and Gain were on the main event. And then they were the co-main event, right? For the flyweight title. So Helen asked the question, and then Brandon was like talking shit, and he's just like, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" And he's just like, and then Figueiredo's like, "Oh, hold on," and like, because they asked him in Portuguese, and then he's like, "Hold on," he gets his phone, he's trying to find the song, and she's like, she had to move on to the next question because he was taking so long, right? Yeah. So then as she's asking the next question, he's like, boom, I'm getting figure with it. And he put it up to the mic, and if you throw your hands in the air,
that was it.
With it. We getting figure with it. And the whole crowd's like, oh, they're like booing because it's a home crowd for Brandon Moreno. Yeah. We're in California. He's first Mexican to win a UFC title, right? Right. Like Henry really is, but he was born here. That's why that's like you would.
Yeah, he's like born Mexican, fighting in Mexico, that type of thing.
Yeah. So big shout out to Brandon's a nice guy. Brandon, he used to live with Henry back before he was in the
Really?
UFC. Yeah, Henry got Brandon Moreno into the UFC.
No shit.
Yeah. I think Brandon Moreno would have eventually got to the UFC on his own because he's just a hard worker. Like, champions are gonna eventually.
He's got a crazy story.
They're gonna break through anywhere, right? But no, Henry moved him out here and he let him train here and got him on the show when Henry was the coach on the UFC.
Really, dude.
Contender, right?
Yeah.
And the fallout kind of happened when, so they're trying to get Brandon on the end, like when they're doing the picks.
Okay.
They didn't want to pass up Pantoja because they needed him on the team as well.
Yeah.
But they figured that Brandon was going to go low on the draft or whatever they were doing.
And that they were going to be able to pick him up.
And they were going to be able to pick him back up anyways, right? But I think the other coach, who's the coach? Benavidez? Joseph Benavidez. Dude, I can't stand you, dog. I just can't. He's one of the fighters I don't like. This is never personal.
Yeah.
This is a business, right? Like,
they're
just trying to get paid. Henry don't give a fuck. I didn't like Joseph Benavidez, bro. Like, I saw him in New York after when Henry fought Dillashaw in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
We're at the fighter hotel waiting for the fighters to get back, and Joseph Benavidez was there. He's like this tall. I mean, he's like he's like 2 feet tall, right? That motherfucker talks so much shit during the show, dude. Just like was calling his integrity out and stuff like that. And it's like, as a brother, that bothers you. You know what I mean? Like, you know that's not like that. And that motherfucker was just like, he was trying to expose him and trying to talk that shit and try to get into his head. He was just pissing us off, like people that love him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, anyways, man, like whatever. Long story short, back to the music. Deiveson Figueiredo walked out. That changed kind of like my perspective in how I looked at music from there, because it was like when somebody kind of gives you like a ticket like that to get it to put your product on a main scale like that.
Yeah.
They ultimately did that for me. Like, I didn't do that by winning no contest or anything like that. You know what I mean? Or having the hottest record out. Like, nah, man, I could have made whatever record and they would have put it, you know?
Right.
So like, it's good. Like, it's like, you got to give back. So it's like,
I know that opportunity.
When my call comes, it might not be on that kind of scale, but I'm not going to miss my opportunity to give back when I know I
you can help,
when they have nothing in return to give to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm known for helping people and doing stuff like that. And that's cool. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not God,
because you never know.
Whatever.
You never know when it's going to come back or just doing it just because, like you said.
Good. Yeah.
You know? Exactly.
You know what I mean? So then after that, okay, this is cool right here, because when they went back to Belém, Brazil, he's from Belém, Brazil.
Okay.
Deiveson Figueiredo. They had a championship parade.
Yeah.
And they're blasting my music through the fire trucks.
Dude, that is fucking crazy.
Got the videos and stuff.
That's got to be awesome.
I was asleep.
Dude, what does that feel like to hear, like being at the arena and hearing your music playing?
Oh my God. It's a dream. It's a dream.
Are you getting like chills?
So you know the Eminem song, the
Lose Yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you only, like when he's talking, it's like you got one chance. Like, you fucking blow, like our 24-hour mark, like
that was it.
That song was in my head, like clicking. Like I was on a time.
Yeah.
We're on a time track and stuff. And I just knew that we couldn't fail, right? If we're gonna fail, it's because we didn't want it.
Right.
You know, bad enough. But yeah, being there, so like the lights, like when a fighter comes out, the lights, you either get red lights or you get the whole arena goes green. Because right, they just do it like that. But when he came out, it went all green, and then it's like, we getting figgy with it. And to hear 60,000 or however many thousand people were in, they're like,
they start catching it, singing along, dude. That's
dog. Like they weren't singing along to it, but just to hear it playing for that many people and knowing. So like Ngannou was fighting that night, so we got people from Africa watching. You know, we got Gain, so we have Europe watching.
Yeah, and France.
Then
and Paris.
we got North America watching.
Mexico's watching. Brazil's watching.
We got Brazil watching.
Dude.
Right? So we got simultaneously, my song is playing in a vast, part of the world. Dude,
that's insane. That's a crazy thought. Yeah, that's awesome.
At one time, and it clicked. It clicked, and I knew that like the moment was sweet because like we worked hard for it, and it wasn't just not that song, right?
Right.
Like I didn't get the call because I was the only person he knew. He knows other people that make music, but Eric called me because he knows like I'm that guy that like I did the Henry track and that set the blueprint. Like he fucking did a good job on that track. Probably I had Eric in the video too. He's all dancing and stuff. Yeah, it's funny. He's wearing his fur coat because that's his personality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I was the guy that he had to call.
Nice.
and we gave him the product. So, okay, so after they did the championship tour, right? Oh, there's Triple C right there. Let's see. What's up, Triple C?
Rolling with the Triple C. I'm gonna make it bend the knee.
Rolling with the Triple C. Dome really got the heat, baby. Let's go.
What you doing, bro?
Happy birthday, bro. I'm right here with. I'm right here. Dude, I'm on a podcast right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So we live.
We're live, baby. What's the podcast?
Fighting for your life.
Fighting for your life. You met him.
So I gotta keep it PG-13.
Nah. You can talk, dude. You can do whatever. You met him. Is Miguel? Him and his wife met us at the Brian Callahan comedy show.
Let me tell you guys something right now, man. MC Dog loves to smell his own fart.
That's how you know it's a true friend. You got to take that opportunity.
I love to smell my farts and other ones too.
No, that's what's up. That's what's up, MC. Don't just do your thing, bro. Where you at? You in downtown or where you at?
Yeah, no, I'm in Mesa right now. So you're on the way back, baby. What's up? Happy birthday, man. What are you doing tonight?
I was actually calling you to invite you, man. I'm going to the LFA fights right now.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
I'll meet you there.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So
yeah.
Do you have Memo's number?
I do. Yes.
Yeah. I can have him. I can have him swing you a ticket.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's do that.
So we'll probably be there like
Okay. Cool. I'll probably be wrapped here maybe in the next 30, 40, whatever. I'm gonna head over there from here. All right.
Okay.
Hey, Triple C, happy birthday.
All right. Thanks, bro.
All right, brother. I'll see you.
Later, guys.
Bye bye.
That's awesome, man.
That was pretty cool. So it's his birthday today, man. It's a special day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when it's your brother's
Shout out
birthday.
to the champ.
Yeah.
Yeah,
shout out
for
to
sure.
Triple C, man. All right. 100%. He's gonna beat Marab.
Yeah.
Like I always bet on my guy, right? So like I do sports betting for UFC fights.
Okay.
When I say I'm 90%, I'm 90% for real. I'm not bullshitting. So like how I break fights down is, so like I'll go to FanDuel. I look at the odds first. I don't care who's fighting, right?
Okay.
Look at the odds. Are you familiar with sports betting on how the odds work? Like if it's a
you can tell me.
Okay, so if it's a negative 200, that means you have to. He's the favorite. Any negatives is the favorite, and whatever number that is, that's how much you have to put down just to profit 100.
Okay.
Okay. So if he's negative 700, the higher the negative, that means the better he is. The more
chance he has to win.
Correct. And now, if he's negative 700, you would have to put $700 down just to win 100 profit. So you're gonna get 800 back, right? But you're risking 700. That's not the name of the game. You don't want to risk that much. You're supposed to risk low to win high.
Right.
That's the name of the game. So what I do is, I grab dominant fighters, usually no bigger than a negative 300.
Okay.
Because of anything higher than that, they're just too dominant. You can't work with that kind of number.
Gotcha.
So I find a negative 250 to a negative 300. Like in between there, I'll get 3 of those fights, and then I have a UFC Fight Pass.
Okay.
So you got the library on fights. Then if they're new fighters, like fight on a prelim, you have to go to Google, type their name in, type in MMA Core, click videos.
Okay.
And it's gonna pop up any freaking old, like if they fought for any local pro fights, right?
Okay.
You're gonna have all that stuff. It's important because you want to see what kind of fighter they are. So you watch the fight. All right, Vegas has this guy as the favorite. Okay, I'm gonna sit there and watch this guy. Okay. All right, his striking actually looks pretty good. Oh shit, his striking is really good. Okay, cool. Let's see what his ground game looks like. Boom, the guy shoots in on him. He sprawls. Bam. He's like, okay, he sprawled. Okay, I want to see what he looks like on the ground. Dude starts wrestling around. Like, oh, he handled himself very well. Oh, it's
hard to keep down.
Moving his hips. Oh, he ran that double leg. Okay, he got ground game and he can strike really well. Okay, I'm gonna go watch his opponent now. Okay.
Yeah.
Go watch his opponent. He starts fighting and it's like, oh, okay, I see his strike. His striking is mediocre at best, right? And then like, okay, let's see what he looks like on the ground. He gets taken down and then he's just like plopping from the bottom, right? Not doing shit, not trying to get up, not trying to work the hips,
right?
Nothing. Okay, this guy's gonna get absolutely murdered. Okay, I understand why it's a negative 300. Okay, so then you go back and go to double chance. Double chance is you're gonna eliminate. There's only 3 ways you can win in an MMA. TKO, KO go together. Submission is 1, and points. That's distance, right? You have to eliminate 1, and that shit is fuck. That shit is absolutely easy to eliminate 1. You watch this guy, 100% strike. So and then after I watch them and make my decision, then I go to their Tapology. Type in the name, type Tapology. Okay. It's gonna give you basically like it's gonna tell you the records.
MMA strategies.
100%. It's going to give you their sport records, and it's going to tell you who they fought and how they won. Okay.
Okay.
Armbar, 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 points, 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 points. Okay, cool. Eliminate, TKO, KO. He's going to win by points or submission.
Yeah, right. Or points, yeah.
And then if you got a guy knockout, 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 points, 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 decision, decision, unanimous, 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 eliminate, submission.
Submissions is out.
Yep. Yeah. Take TKO, KO, and points. And then so it takes the negative 300 down to negative 120. So now you get, so the key is you need two. So a negative 120 is decent. So if I put 100 up, or if I put 120, I'm going to make 100. So I'll make 220, right? Okay. That's decent. That's decent. What you want to do is get two dominant fighters, give the double chance, eliminate one way they're going to win on each fight, play them together on a parlay, and it turns into a plus 150. Now, if you put 100, you're going to make 250, right? So I'll put 200 down and make 600. So it's like, I could do those all day. Like when I tell you all day, I can do them all day, bro. But, you know, it's like, so like last week I won, or the last fights, and I just left that 600 in there.
How long does it take you to do like your research for a fight?
5 minutes.
Really?
Well, like realistically, like like you have to sit there and watch. I'm probably spending 20 minutes on like we're looking at one guy, because I like to watch 2 fights on each fighter. Okay. So I'll watch the dominant guy. I watch 2 fights, because one fight he could be fighting a real weak guy. So I look for fights where he's fighting and it shows the odds. If you ever watch a UFC fight and it's showing their name and they're getting announced in the ring, in the octagon, it shows their
You'll
odds.
see the plus or minus.
Yeah. So if they're fighting and they're a negative 500. I'm not going to base my knowledge off, he's going to murder this guy anyway, so I'm not going to learn nothing from that. But if he's a negative 130 or a negative 140, that means it's going to be a close fight. And then he goes out there and dominates on negative 140, he's going to make easy work of this other guy where he's a negative 300. Right?
Gotcha.
So that means Vegas double thinks he's going to, like, on top of what they thought, now they're really confident.
That he's
you take double chances, bro, you will never lose.
That's interesting.
You roll that money, you win, and then you roll it again. You usually roll it like 2 or 3 times and then pull it out. You know what I mean? And then start again, put another 200, get the parlay. Bro, it's cool. I'm not an addict, guys. Don't think I'm an addict.
No, it's a strategy. There's a strategy.
It's like here's the thing, like, I don't know if you ever played GTA. Yeah. But it's like they got money hacks on GTA. This is a money hack. Like 100%. But you have to be willing to put the time, you know, that 20, 30 minutes in for each fight that you break down. If you got that little bit of time, it's not hard to break fights, because like you can sit there and watch a fight and know, like, oh, this guy's good. Oh, his striking looks really, like,
you know what, dude, that's a crazy thought, you know, because for somebody that is passionate about fights, somebody that's probably gonna watch fights anyway. Like I'm always watching fights, and it's like, okay, well, what if I just learn a little bit about, and it's almost like you said, like you don't win all of them, but if you have a system down where it's making you money, right? Why not make money off of your passion?
Yeah, 100%. Like I didn't look at UFC to make money. It's just like, I know so much about fighting because I work with all these fighters and I'm in it. I'm in tune, right? So So, anyway, so like to like kind of jump back to the, like, because the Davis and Figueiredo thing is still in my head. Yeah. After I made his song and they went and did the championship deal, I was asleep and I got a a fan of Davis and Figueiredo. Shout out to my boy Damien. He's from oh my God, he's from a small, he's on a small island south of South Africa. Dang, what is it called? I can't think of the name right now. I'll get back to it. But anyway, so my boy Damien was a fan of Figueiredo. Yeah. He follows Figueiredo, and then he followed me because I didn't walk him out, but because my music and Figueiredo posted all that stuff. So Damien sent me the live video when they're in Blim on the trucks, right? My music's playing through the streets. And then that same guy, Damien, he hit me up about Juggernaut. And I didn't know who Juggernaut was because I don't follow BKFC, right? So he hit me up and said that Juggernaut was having a contest. So this is my first time entering a contest now, right? So he puts out an Instagram post saying, whoever can make me the best walkout song, I'll let you walk me out live in Montana.
Oh shit.
Yeah, for a title defense against Joe Riggs, right? Okay. Joe Riggs is from here and Montana. Like, he lives in Montana now. Okay, yeah, so he was the hometown guy. So then I don't
know if it's any of these.
What is that?
The islands out there?
Oh, nope, it's not.
But either way.
It starts with the M. Let me see. No. Okay, we'll get back to it. All right. So he sends me Juggernaut's deal or the post, and I read it and I'm like, okay, cool. I had a beat that I made with Tronzilla 2 years prior to this.
Yeah.
I just went to Tron because Tronzilla, you can throw him $200, he'll make you a beat, or you can make a beat with him, whatever.
Okay.
You have it, right? And then and then it's like, well, we figure out royalties and that kind of stuff. But then anyway, so I just like one night I had no like plan for this record. I just wanted him to do a beat based off everything I wanted to hear and sound and feel.
Yeah.
So we did this beat. Then it was just locked away in my email, just chilling. When I seen the contest deal, I thought about that song, that record I had just chilling, the beat. So like, damn, I'm gonna send him this beat. So I sent him 30 seconds of it. I did a chop and I sent it through Instagram. He responded back and said the beat's hard.
Yeah.
That's all I needed. I was
damn.
like, cool. Did the record, did the personal record. We got all his information. I didn't need to even hit him up about it because, again, my boy Khalik, he already knew what was popping with the Juggernaut. We just it's simple to kind of hop on
started looking
Google.
stuff up.
Yeah, just look everything up. He knows what to look for, where he's from, where all that, his triumphs, the triumphs and whatnot. And at that time, he had a beef with Hector Lombard.
Okay.
Right. So, because before he beat Hector, he had hopped in the ring to have that face off, and Hector punched him. I don't know if you remember that. But
I don't know if I remember specifically.
Okay, so it was right after Hector had fought and Juggernaut was in the crowd. He just hopped in to like face off with him after the fight.
Okay,
and
yeah.
Hector took off and hit him like 2 or 3 times.
Damn.
Right? That's in the record too. It's badass, dog. So he hit him, and then they ended up actually setting up a fight, and Juggernaut took his title. That was how he got the title. So then I win the contest. I send the record. We finish it. I email it to him, and then we hear nothing for like a month. And we're just thinking like, well, I don't know. And then I kind of touch back up with him and stuff. The fight's getting closer. And he's like, yeah, my dad said that your record is the record that he likes the most. So he's like, his dad's approval of it. And his dad's old school too. His dad's like reminding me of Floyd Mayweather's dad. Kind of like that old school dad that you wouldn't expect to be the trainer or whatever, but he's there and day in, day out with the Juggernaut. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he was his corner man too. That was just like that. Seeing that father-son bond, and Juggernaut have to go to war, bare knuckle against these dudes, man.
That's something different, man.
And then, so Juggernaut was the first fighter, like I would say, like on the elite level that let me walk him out. So like, yeah, to me, walking Henry, I was always going to be special, right? Right. I don't have to walk him out in the UFC. He don't have to walk out to my song in the UFC. What he's done for me as a person and as a music artist, he basically gave me a music career, like a legitimate avenue to go, right? Yeah. Because I'd have been watched.
Well, you had to be ready too.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Like if you're not ready for the opportunity,
it just goes by.
It doesn't matter. Right. Yeah, that's true. So it's like when preparedness meets opportunity, whatever. You know what I mean? But it's true. Yeah, like at the end of the day, like he gave me the opportunities, but we also responded and met him halfway and did our thing. Never charged none of these fighters for it. Costs me money to do these songs, right? Got to pay my writer. I got to get it mixed and mastered. We got to record it. Got to shoot the video. All that comes out of my pocket. You know what I mean? Right. But I always know that it's just like, who cares? Like, it's mine though, and I can distribute the royalties how I please. Right. Like I could give my writer this much. I could give my producer this much for making the beat. Right. And then you never know if it gets picked up or played somewhere. Like you said, the royalties. You never know what's going to. Kind of how we always figure it out is like I split it down the middle with all my guys. We'll go 33, 33, 33 on a record because I don't care. Like I'm not like if we get any kind of big money off of a record, it's because of everybody's contribution. Right. Right. So like without my writer, he's just a writer. Without me having a writer, I'm just a local artist. Right. Without my boy making a hard ass beat, we're just like everybody going a cappella, right? Everybody's got their part. So it's like everybody has an important part, and like I've had like other artists like, oh, you have a writer, dude? Like they think like it's a bad thing, right? It's like, oh, you're not a real artist. I could freestyle better than anybody I know. Like as far as like music artists go, like you ask any like music artist, it's hard, right? Dude, it's like that's hip hop right there. Like, those are roots right there. So it's like. Yeah, I didn't write some of my biggest records, but it's like those are my biggest records for a reason because what I've done prepared up to that moment, you know. You know, that kind of reminds me like when you're training or when you're a fighter, like you're out there by yourself, which is maybe like being the rapper, like you're performing. Right. But what it takes to get a fighter to that point is like it takes a whole team of people and everybody that's contributing into 100% a whole village. This whole thing. Yeah. And when this person wins, like the entire team wins. Yep. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's pretty cool. You know, you were talking earlier, you're talking about like the shooting and everything and going hunting. Yeah. And you were saying like, that's not really you're not that kind of dude, like to have to shoot somebody or do anything. But
you stay sharp.
Yep.
You know, and that is something that I found with martial arts too. Like a lot of times you'll find people that train martial arts and do that type of thing. That isn't, I mean, some of them are, but it's not always like they're always down to throw down a scrap at any moment. You know, it's like, it's more like if I have to, I will, you know, and it's like that it's better to be ready than have to get ready or whatever the saying is, right?
Yeah, no, I'm laughing because I also heard this other saying. It was like, you're right. Like, yeah, you're not looking to go get in a bar fight because if anything, like you learn how to become more peaceful and you like learn more composure. And it's just like, it's all a learning curve through the fighting. People think like you're going to become a violent person. No, you're learning violence, but in a peaceful way.
Yeah.
You know,
and you're less likely to get into something.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah, it's true. But the saying I had heard was, it was like, but when you are trained, your arguments, like when you argue with somebody, like your tone's a little bit stronger. Like,
dude, I always joke.
Scared as shit.
It's kind of like the mafia, like how they're so chill. It's like they're so chill. It's almost scary. He's like, this dude might know something because he's not worried at all. You know?
Dude, you cannot test nobody these days.
Oh,
First off, everyone has a gun, right?
Especially out here. Yeah,
everybody has a pistol in Arizona, so it's like you don't. I tell my lady, don't be road raging because like
right, you know, just
she's not a road rager, but she somehow always gets into a road rage moment, like somebody cutting her off, or just like you got to find a way to be more defensive driving. Like I used to own a Cadillac Escalade. It was a premium, so it had the lane assist. So it only worked when cruise control's on. So it wasn't like a Tesla where it drive you know.
Right.
But if you're in a lane and you press cruise control, it keeps you in the lane.
It'll keep you there.
And it'll brake for you and gas. So what it does, like it keeps you 2 car lengths behind.
Yeah, you can set the distance or whatever.
No, well, maybe you can. I didn't know, but this one was already, maybe I thought it was the preset.
It just has
2 car lengths. So if it comes to a stop, it will stop. And then when light turns green, whatever you had that, if you had it set on 45, it'll gradually get back up to the 45 while staying 2 car lengths behind. So that taught me something. I actually learned how to drive better defensively because of that system.
You just kind of let it do its thing.
Yep. Because when I got into hunting, I traded my Escalade in for my lifted truck, and my lifted truck, my GMC doesn't have lane assist. So like I was like, oh fuck, like, that was the one thing that I fucking liked the most. Yeah, I had the TV in the Escalade. I had the rims. Who gives a shit, dude? That lane assist was everything.
Yeah,
you just sit back on the freeway.
That's funny that you pick up that lesson from that. Yeah,
yeah, dude. So, but now I drive 2 car lengths usually behind is at most, and I'm like, I try to teach my lane switching is like lane switching is where a lot of accidents happen, right?
Right.
Or if you get cut off, you always got to keep an eye on the front wheel. The front wheel is gonna let you know before anything pops off. That thing starts to move. That's you got to move.
There, yeah.
You know what I mean? But my lane switching is like, so if somebody's like not in my blind spot, but they're a little bit far behind. People get really butthurt if you got to put your blink on and you just make an urgent.
You just go.
So then they're going to make it a thing to get around you. That's how it starts, right?
Yeah.
So to avoid all that shit is just put your blinker on and let it sit there for a second. That's what I do. I'll put it on, pop, pop, pop. They're either just going to, if I see them breaking the distance back a little bit,
gotcha.
I got the lane now. And
you
they're
react
not
off
trip.
of what they're going to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
I go off their reaction. So, and then you put some people, you the assholes, put it on, let it sit. Boom, the bus. That's fine. Go ahead. Get out of my way. Now I got
That's a completely different way to drive.
Now I got you out of my way.
Yeah.
I can take my time, right? So a lot of issues kind of like stem from changing lanes, like with road raging. That's 100% where it kind of rolls from.
Dude, that's crazy. That's an interesting perspective on that.
Yeah, because again, like back to the ticket, right? So like I stay sharp with shooting and all that stuff, not to like want to be ramble, like, oh, somebody's breaking in the fucking house. It's time.
I've been waiting
Brian
for you.
Callahan, like, I'm locking the doors, motherfucker.
You know how long I've been waiting?
Come into the fucking back room naked, or else you're dead on sight. Like,
right.
You know what I mean?
I've been waiting for this moment. I've been training for this for years. You walked into the wrong house.
Not me, dude. They fucking kick my door in, bro. I'm gonna be half asleep. I'll be getting tied up and shit. Fucking, I'll suck your dick. Stop, dude. No.
Get out.
No.
Oh shit.
Anyways, I stay sharp because we got to protect the golden ticket.
Yeah, for sure.
This is it, man. Like that's why, like, I've been really taking my health a lot more serious. Yeah. What I eat, like, it's serious, bro. Like life is like, if you take care of your body, it's definitely gonna, like, you're gonna live a lot longer.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have a pleasant time doing it. Like, and you know what I mean? So yeah, man, take care of your guys' health out there. Whoever's watching this, like, it's important. Sure. It's important, you know. So so I did the Juggernaut record. He liked it. I flew to Montana, walked him out live on pay-per-view. He beats Joe Riggs in his backyard, and check this out. It was a hometown for Montana, right? Or for Joe Riggs. So they're all screaming for Joe. He gets like knocked the fuck out, right? Up against the ropes. Like Juggernaut gave him like a 6-piece and a 2 biscuit.
Yeah.
Knocked his ass out cold, right? Joe got up and fell again on his face, and fight was over. Then we're in the back, and Juggernaut is like, I'm in the locker room with him, and he's like, you know, he has no fucking wraps on. They put these thin ass like foam thin tiny wrap, just to have the color on their hands.
Yeah, but the knuckles are all open,
all exposed. Yeah, so I kept his I ended up keeping those thin,
the wraps.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like when Henry, his first pro fight which was his first MMA fight ever. Yeah. I kept both of the hand wraps, so I still got them. Cool. And I told him one day when you have a son, this was 8 years ago. I said when you have a son, he just had a son. When you have a son, I'm gonna give these to him when he's old enough to receive him in the way that I want him to receive him. You know what I mean?
When he knows what,
when he's winning championships and
what
shit,
those
and
mean.
Maybe I'll hold him for a time that he's going through his toughest moment, competing and shit, or getting ready for a big moment in his life.
Dude, that's cool. That's special.
Dog, I got a special present waiting for him for his son.
So you had Juggernauts.
Yeah, so I kept Juggernaut. So after the fight, we're in the arena. It's me, Juggernaut, it's Mike Perry. It's
no shit, that's cool.
Yeah, David Feldman. David Feldman's the Dana White of BKFC. We're all right there talking, and David Feldman's like, you guys, he's like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's safe for you guys to leave the arena through the front. Because not saying that we're gonna go out there and get fucking hurt and stuff like that, you know. But he's just like, it's probably not the smartest idea.
Yeah.
So you guys should just bring the vehicles into the arena through the back, right? And I drove. This fight was in New Mexico. John Jones was there too. That was right. Shit. He was prepping up for his fight. I had just made a song, and the song was just like
You had made his song?
I had made John Jones' song. Okay. No. I hadn't made his song yet. Oh, did I? Damn, we did make it. Okay. I met John Jones because he was down here training
with at Fight Ready.
Yeah, Fight Ready. In Scottsdale with Henry and them, and you know, shout out to Dave Zowine. He's the dad of everybody. You know, he puts it all together. He owns the gym. He owns Fight Ready. So like a lot of this, he's the hero behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of these guys are very successful because Dave Zowine. You know what I mean? Like
interesting. Okay.
Not saying Henry wouldn't have been champ without Dave Zowine. Not saying that at all. But
you got somebody that's been around that knows.
He was there to help. You know what I mean? And it doesn't always have to be it's not a financial thing, right? But it's just giving an opportunity and a home for these fighters to come out,
share
knowledge and fight and train in under one roof and give them everything they need, you know. So like he's responsible for bringing all these Brazilian fighters out here and taking care of like their, I don't know like as far as specific details, but I've heard he's helped out with like visas and flights and stuff like that. So it's just like,
dude, that's awesome.
Dave has done he's been a big deal. My boy Richie, he's a big deal too. Like he's helped us out a lot with flights. Like a lot of these guys need flights.
I have to get out there and interview some of these guys for sure.
Yeah, man. Some of the most humble people, you know, some of the most humble people you ever meet in your life, man. What was I gonna say though? So, we did the Juggernaut record.
Yeah.
And then
you were in New Mexico.
Oh yeah. Okay. So we're, you know, John Jones. He was there with his brothers and like with his boys and stuff. They're all. Everybody he rolls with, they're all as big as him, and because he rolls with the guy he trains with.
Okay.
So like all the same guys I saw at the gym, they roll with him everywhere he goes.
Okay. Yeah.
And you don't need bodyguards, man. You are the bodyguards. They're the biggest dudes there. They're all over 6 feet. They're all over they're all
heavyweights. Yeah.
I felt like there was an NFL team sitting because they're sitting by the octagon. They had a table, right? So after the fights were over, they all leave. This is the night that Juggernaut got dropped. He got dropped, and he looked like. Damn, he got up and he was kind of like wobbly.
Yeah.
And the dude walked up to finish him and he caught him boom with the right and dropped him.
Damn.
Oh, no, that was okay. No. Oh, wait, I'm thinking of Joe Riggs. So I walked him out of Montana and then we go back to his next fight. You know, that girl Jade that just got to the WWE?
Yeah.
So she walked him out at his next fight. Not rapping. She just came out with him holding his belts. Right. All because she's a sexy ass fucking wrestler, lady, whatever you call it. Yo, Jade, shout out. No, so she walked Juggernaut out. He won that fight, and then his next fight, we went to New Mexico, and I talked to John. He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna be up there and all that stuff." So we went up there, and what was it? That was the night Juggernaut got dropped, and Juggernaut I don't think he's ever been dropped like that.
Yeah,
but he got dropped, and again he got up, and he was wobbling, and the dude walked up to finish him, and he gave him a right from hell and dropped him, bro. And it was just like,
wow,
one of the greatest instant look
the emotions,
the comeback feeling from that was just like everybody had Juggernaut all over at that moment. Everybody, I knew Juggernaut was gonna pull something out of his out of his pocket because he has like a heart of a lion, right? He dropped that dude, man, and the dude was on the ground snoring.
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
You know what I mean? And
insane.
Anyways, back to Montana when we walked out Joe Riggs. I mean, when he knocked out Joe Riggs, that's when David Feldman was like, "You guys should take, pull the vehicles in and stuff. You guys should, whatever." So I pulled the Tahoe in because I had drove to, New Mexico. It was New Mexico. We had to drive out. Okay, I'm like, that was when. Okay, I walked him out in Montana, but New Mexico I didn't walk him out.
Okay,
we just went to support him, right? When he knocked that guy out, that's when they were like, "You guys should, drive off the back." Shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, that's crazy.
So we did because who did he knock out over there? I don't know who the hell he knocked out, but Mike Perry was there, and Juggernaut was rolling with his family, with his wife and his uncles. They come out, they go to all his fights.
Yeah.
So they're all rolling in one vehicle, and then Mike Perry jumped in. That was the first time I ever met Mike Perry. I never even met him before.
Yeah.
He jumps in my Tahoe with me, and then we all rode to the club after that. You know what I mean?
That dude seems hilarious.
Fucking fun. What you see is what you get.
That's what it seems like. Yeah.
That's who he really is.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And my boy Khalik, he's my writer. He's the one that wrote the John Jones record. So like that was the first time he got to go meet John Jones. He didn't meet John when John was here, because when I met John at Scottsdale Fight Ready, I got to watch him train. Took my son. He wrestled my son. My son's he's a sophomore in high school. He wrestled him on the mats.
Oh, that's got to be special. He gave him that time.
It was very special. And and then after that, I hadn't seen him again until New Mexico.
Yeah.
But my boy Khalik is a bigger John Jones fan than I'm a big John Jones fan, but my boy Khalik was a big John Jones fan. Like, right? So like for him to go to like meet him like that was special to him. And that was like, I'm not rich, but I do pay for my records, right? Like he does a service, right?
Yeah.
Nothing's free, but still, like if I was rich, this was like, that was a moment I could give him.
Yeah, it's an opportunity.
Priceless.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So we got to meet him. That was cool. Juggernaut put on a show. We all were with Mike Perry, and he was trying to get Mike Perry to say nigga. Like he's like, go ahead, man. Like, because Mike Perry's
trying to give him his pass.
He's the only one that has the pass to say it. So
he's the African king, right?
Yeah.
Mike Perry. The comments on his stuff is hilarious.
Yeah, man. So Khalik was trying to get a reaction out of him.
Yeah.
And Perry wasn't good.
He wouldn't do it.
but it was cool. Perry seemed like he had like a bit of a defensive wall up a little bit.
Yeah.
But he was like still open and cool. But you gotta keep a wall up. He was rolling with us. He didn't know who we were.
Right.
We're just dudes from Arizona.
Once he gets to know you guys a little bit, he'll probably.
Yeah, and I regret not trying to because I was with I wasn't with Juggernaut at the moment, but because I was already like working the John Jones record and I have Juggernaut, I didn't even make an effort to let like Mike Perry know like, hey bro, I can make you a record. Like I don't want to feel like a hoe. You know what I mean? I already got Juggernaut's record. I don't want to have two guys in. You know what I mean?
But just out of I hear what you're saying.
I do regret the network possibility. Like I had him in my whip chilling. Like we smoked a blunt, and all that stuff, whatever. But like,
dude, that's cool.
Yeah, man, it was pretty cool. So then we did that. Then we come back. John Jones didn't actually walk out to the song that I made him, right?
Yeah.
He still walked out because for him it's like a lot of fighters have like they have to do certain things a certain way.
Yeah.
It's like
they have a routine. It's almost like you're superstitious about it.
That's the word I was looking for.
Okay.
So for him, it's a more superstitious. Like he kept it real with me too. Like he's like, you made a great record. He's like, I'm gonna post it. He's like, I'm gonna support it. Everything. I'm gonna do everything I can with it. But he's like, he kept it real. He's like, I'll walk out to a certain record and all respect.
It's like baseball players with the same cup every time, same underwear. It's like,
there's dudes that don't wash certain socks, like that.
Yep, exactly.
But he posted it on. He has 8 million followers on Instagram. He posted it, and we got 4.3 million views on the music video that the fight video, and I'm in the fight video on that one.
Yeah.
So he posted it, and then The Rock commented on it and said that he was going to add it to his workout playlist.
I'm telling you, I work out to it all. Ever since you shared it with me, I've been working out to it every day.
And it's cool because sometimes it comes up in my reels, I don't know. One time it came up when somebody was working out.
Yeah.
And they generated like a lot of views off of it and stuff. And
nice.
Which was cool because anything and everything helps, right?
Yeah.
But then I'm like looking, I'm like, dang, there's like several people working out. So when you told me that a little bit ago, like, oh, that's really cool. You know what I mean? But
yeah, for sure.
The Rock has 384 million followers, right? So as big as John Jones is and as big as LeBron James is, they both are only like around 8 or 10 million followers.
Wow.
384
somebody
million.
like The Rock,
Bro,
that's crazy.
The Rock. I know you heard the record. I know it's on your workout playlist. You gotta let me work with you, man. I can make you the song. I can make you the song for The Rock. I know The Rock had his song he used to come out with, his entrance song.
Oh yeah, back in the day.
But nobody's told the story about The Rock on a record.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this, because we've been at it for almost an hour and a half.
Yeah.
If you had the opportunity to make a song for somebody, dead or alive, any fighter that you could ever make one for, who would that be?
Muhammad Ali.
Oh, dude, that's a hell of an answer right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that would be
that dude. It's like I have a mentality like him. Like, I'm no coward, right? It's like to fight for your country, but it's like how he stood his ground
on his beliefs.
Vietnam, on his beliefs. You gotta have some respect. You gotta put respect on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like my grandfather and his brothers, they went and fought in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And my uncle Raymond, he got his Purple Heart. He got shot several times. He was crawling. They got ambushed and he was crawling and he had 2 pistols in his hand. It was like a movie. He was crawling, shooting, dropping dudes, and he was getting shot at. All his comrades got shot and killed. He was like one of like 2 or 3 people that survived out of the platoon from getting lit up. And then my grandfather, he flew over. He was in the Navy, but he flew over Nam, and he was out there during the war, and helicopter getting shot at, taking rounds and stuff like that. So, it's like you go back to think about it. It's like, man, it's like that's the blood that courses through my veins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm no killer, I'm no war hero or none of that by any means necessary. But at the end of the day, like, we got that warrior in us.
Yeah.
And you can apply that into every aspect of your life.
Yeah.
To be successful,
And not everything has to be a fight. But it could be a record that you have to get done in 24 hours.
Yeah, 100%.
And you have to get that fight mentality, like at all costs, I'm gonna get this done.
Yeah, 100%. Like, and it's not like for me to make the John Jones record happen was, I know I have to get in front of him face, right?
Yeah.
You got to get in front of him. So what it was when I knew he was training here, I hit a Penry. I'm like, hey, what's up? I want to make John Jones the record. He's like, be at the gym tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
That's it.
That's my opportunity, right? So it's like, if I don't show up, you had your opportunity.
Right.
Now, when you show up, the opportunity is the mission is to show him a record of what you've already done, a fight record.
Right.
Show him the Henry one, the fight one, and he liked it. He's like, can you do that for me?
Yeah.
Like 100%. Yes, sir. I could do that for you.
Hell yeah, dude. That is crazy.
For free, baby.
Let's go. Let's go.
So,
yeah, you gotta. It takes what it takes leading up to it is the preparation.
Yeah.
And then when I've always said, like, when you let me get my foot in the door, and that's all I need. Just let me get my foot in the door, and I'm gonna burn my way right up to the top.
100%, dog.
You know what I mean? And it seems like that's the same mentality that you have.
That's what it was. And now it feels like every time I feel like I plateau, like we did the Henry track, and I'm like, man, I feel like that was a big year. I feel like that was a big record. I don't know if I can really even top that, to be honest with you. And then we did the Davison, and then we did the Juggernaut, and then I walked Juggernaut, and then I'm like, fuck, man, this just kind of keeps, it's weird.
Keeps happening.
It keeps going. Like, it's not supposed to happen like this again. It's not supposed to be better. And it kept getting better. So it's like, damn. And then the John Jones thing happened. It's like, he's not going to walk out to it. Okay, that's fine. Deverson, Figueredo, he walked. I had that moment already.
Right.
Let's see how he can blow the record. Or he blew that fucking record up with one finger, dude.
And then little by little, then it's like the possibilities are endless.
That's right.
You know
and then
he
had text me, and he was like, if I still got his text messages, but he had text me and just said something like, because I had thanked him, and he was just like, oh, he was like, he was just like, of course. So he's like, of course, that's what we're supposed to do, is lift each other up. And then I never heard from him again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's okay. It's like, because at the end of the day, I'm not his brother.
Right.
You know what I mean? And maybe in his eyes, he probably works in all his camps that he does. He probably works with so many different media guys, right?
Right.
So many different videographers, so many, like, if he were to stay in contact with everybody that he's done,
you just can't.
A project, you just can't.
Right.
You would fold over, right? So it's just like, he needs to stay focused and keep his circle tight.
Right.
Mad respect. But if I see him again, we're brothers now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've done that. He did.
Like,
that for me.
what's up, man? Like,
he knows Dome, but
that's
it's not
awesome,
like
man.
he's not going to come to a barbecue though.
Yeah.
No, but I told him, I was like, I got a boat, I got a pontoon. I was like, anytime you come out here, John, like, you bring
Let's
boys
go.
out, but who gives a shit? He got so much money, he can buy a yacht.
He'll buy a pontoon and take it out himself.
He'll fucking shit on my pontoon, dude.
Nah, but it's all. I'll come out on the pontoon with you, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah. No, we got to. But this summer, I'm gonna be throwing parties all summer.
Yeah. No, we got to talk, man. For sure. Dude, I really appreciate you coming on, telling some of the stories, talking about the music and how it just goes from one thing to another. I'm excited to see, what you have going on next.
It's a dream. But again,
we've been talking about podcasting.
Man,
we'll see what happens with that in the future.
Bro. I'm going to be back on here soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll do it again. Tell some more stories.
Yeah, our next one, maybe we'll do it at a fight or after a fight. Like, And when I mean after a fight is like, say if I'd known you through the Davidson era, right?
Yeah.
I could have had you out there and like we're chilling at his hotel before the fight. Like we walked we all left together to the fight. And then after the fight, we were all hanging out in this hotel.
Yeah, we'll do something.
You know, and like the schmo came in, sitting on the bed while Davidson has ice on him. He's doing the interview.
Yeah.
And like, those are moments where those are priceless moments.
Right.
Like who
the
cares?
Behind
like,
the scenes.
Yeah, like you could go get footage and media, but like just being in there and feeling that energy, dude. Like I've been in several moments like that where it's just like, damn man, like fucking this is fucking cool right now. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean,
dude, I'm
bro?
excited. I'm excited to do that.
Man. I appreciate
you. Yeah, make sure you guys check out Mike Dome. Let everybody know again one more time before we get out of here.
All right, so man, I got like 3 or 4 major projects, but I got a song that's gonna drop soon. We're gonna do the music video. It's called Yeah Yeah.
Okay.
It's a big single. It's a single that where I'm finally releasing a big project where it's not under a fighter, or putting the spotlights on me,
Right.
So I got that project coming out, but yeah, you could look me up on YouTube under Mike Dome. That's my channel. We got God's Gift. Shout out to my boy Chris Coke. I got a record with Chris Coke. I can't even think of the damn name right now, but if you look up my tube, you can find it like on my channel. And then on Instagram, it's official Mike Dome. Just how it sounds and just how it's spelled. Official and then Mike and then DOME. You'll find me on Instagram. You can hit me up if you want to, book me for a record. If you're a company out there that wants to. That you got a sports drink or something like that, and you need
some music made,
specific song made. I'm the guy. And back to the rock. I could get you that record done, baby. I promise you'll like it. You'll love it.
Let's go. Let's go. Make sure you guys follow Mike Dome.
Miguel,
make sure you guys follow us at fightingforyourlifepodcast.com. You can find us everywhere at Fight Life Pod.
Shout out, baby, to Fight Life Podcast. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you. We'll talk to you guys next time.
Bye.